players in the world. And now he's going up against our last Madden Challenge champion. This should be a good one.
Teammate Kiv starting out with the ball.
Real quick, one thing that's always bothered me, and I think to me it's a sin in esports, is I don't understand how a guy like young Kiv doesn't have a sponsorship yet. You see a lot of these Madden players, he got Skimbo, you know, with Lazarus, he had Problem Luminosity, Joke with Echo Fox. A lot of these guys have their sponsors. And then you got the guy, young Kiv, the defending Madden Bowl champion, one of the all-time greats. I mean, if you can't market this kid, I don't want to do business with you. If I'm an esports organization, this is a guy that I'm going after. And to me, that's one of the best free agents out there in the market.
Guys, reminder, keep it locked on the @Madden League Ops Twitter handle. Get live tournament coverage, content, news, updates, and more. If you're not here for all 7 hours, keep track of all the action with the @Madden League Ops Twitter handle. Shout out to those guys doing such a great job. So we got a 1st and 10. Kiv starting on with the ball, looking to set the tone. How about Randy Moss? This is a game we talked about. Chritobin looking for legitimacy. He's got an opportunity here to beat the defending Madden Bowl champ.
Yeah, and he's going to have to step it up on defense. We know Kiv's offense very high-powered, and then coming off to that game versus Ghost where they didn't perform the way that he wanted to perform, you could expect Kiv to come out, you know, all guns blazing right here on offense.
Breaks the sack. Can't break the second one, though. Chritobin's defense stepping up big.
Take a look at Chritobin's defensive depth chart, and yeah, a couple of goons right here. He's got some goons in the secondary. Ed Reed, 90 overall, Sean Taylor, a little 90 overall, Ronnie Lott. Jonathan Jones is 95 speed, but very depleted, only spending 458 cap there. So,
which is just amazing to think.
That's going to be tough.
Well, he spent 458 cap, and that's about 70 more than Kim spent on defense.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Nice pass over the middle from young Kiv.
But nonetheless, he doesn't have the defensive personnel to match up with young Kiv's offense. So if you're young Kiv, you got to know that you got to get it done on the offensive side of the ball. This is where you're going to make your money.
Could be looking at a shootout. 1st and 10.
It's that hitch route again. I mean, these guys love that hitch route. You see, RB.
How many times have we seen Kiv lay out with Michael Vick?
I think he does it on purpose. The first time he did it, I thought it was an accident, but I think Kiv's comfortable diving for those extra yards as long as he knows he's not going to get hit by a defender, because if he doesn't get hit by a defender, he won't fumble on that animation. It's if a defender makes contact with you during that animation, you're going to have a chance to let that ball go.
2nd and 1. Outside of the pocket.
Look at this.
Outside.
Look at this.
Way outside of the pocket. Outside of the pocket.
And that's the problem with tanking your defense. When Vick's outside of the pocket like that, you got like 74 speed guys trying to hawk down, you know, a 98 speed Michael Vick. He's going to be able to dance around back there, watch a couple TV shows. It's going to be hard to contain that guy. There's that hitch route again, high ball. And I'm telling you, if you're at home watching, this is definitely something you got to utilize into your game plan. A lot of these people like to play soft zone type defenses, and one of the things that's going to constantly get open against those soft zones is the short hitch route where they just sit underneath and get open.
How about Ocho Cinco with the catch in the back of the end zone?
Big touchdown right there by Kiv. And that's the other thing those hitches will do, Nick. We saw it, Ghost hit it with Kiv. Is then you get people committing their user defenders to come down, guard that underneath stuff, and it lets those post routes get open on the second level. It's a real good route. The way that I would stop it is man-to-man coverage. The problem is a lot of these guys don't like to run man-to-man coverage.
It's just a post route back of the end zone. User a little late getting back there and throw it up.
Yeah, distract the user with that drag route. He had, you know, he's got to look out for those hitch routes. That's how you open up that stuff deep down the middle of the field. You got to be able to distract that user defender. Good job of that right there from Kiv. How's Chritobin going to respond?
Chritobin getting his first offensive drive after Kiv drove right down the field. We've seen Kiv in all 3 games today have hot starts. Can he close it out, though? In both games, sort of faltering at the end. He was able to defeat Blocky with that last-second field goal, but not able to overcome Ghost. Trying to stay locked in.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56.
7-0. Chritobin now with the ball. He's got Lamar Jackson at the helm. First time we've seen Lamar Jackson today. That wide receiving core is familiar. Moss, Jones, Rice, Sharp at tight end. Lamar, left side. That's Shannon Sharp. Breaks 1 tackle. He'll pick up a first down as we take a look at the Group D. Coming up next, Boogs, Drini, Some Serious, and Lil Man. And speaking of Little Man, we got a Little Man live from the Players Lounge. Little Man, you said at the Madden Classic, you've been around for a long time, you're looking for that belt. How confident are you going into group play? Got some technical difficulties. We'll get Little Man back on the mic in just a second. You know he was saying something interesting.
Yeah, hopefully we get him back out there. I mean, he's a veteran, man. I'm telling you, Nick, he's been around a long time. I'm going to be interested to see how he does in the salary cap mode, though. You got to remember, the way Little Man qualified for this tournament was making the finals of the Madden Classic, which was in regs.
For the people at home, what is the difference between regs and salary cap as Randy Moss showing off the move?
I mean, regs is just normal teams. You boot up the game, you play with the Patriots. They got Tom Brady, you know, Julian Edelman. It's the normal Patriots. You play with regular teams. In salary cap, it's like daily fantasy. You get a certain salary cap. Each player has a cap associated with them, and you got to fill X amount of roster spots with whatever players you want. And that's why you see a guy like Jerry Rice in the New York Giants playbook, in a New York Giants uniform.
All right, we got him hooked back up, bringing back in Lil Man. You'll see him in just a second. In Group D, Lil Man, as I said, you said you want that belt. You've been around for a while. How confident are you going into Group D?
He's breaking out. I can't hear nothing.
All right, well, 3rd time's the charm, right?
Here's the thing you got to understand about Little Man. Anybody knows that knows the little guy and has known him for a long time, he really can't hear nothing. Like, even when you're having a conversation with him, Little Man, I mean, I think he legitimately may be deaf in one ear. So for years, we'd always, when you go talk to Little Man, you got to go talking. I believe it's his right ear, because him hearing you, forget about it. Joke will vouch for me. Anybody that's dealt with him. I feel bad when I see the PAs, you know, trying to relay information to him. I'm like, he can't hear you.
How about Shannon Sharp? Bowling through defenders. I think he has 4 broken tackles already.
How about Chritobin just marching down the field? And he said one of the keys to his game plan is he has to score in the red zone, get the ball to his wide receivers in one-on-one situations, maybe get the ball to Joe Mixon. At scoring touchdowns in the red zone, when I asked him what some of his keys to his game plans were, this is what he said was one of the most pivotal things for his success, was getting touchdowns here and not settling for 3.
3 tight end set, handoff, Joe Mixon cuts it up inside, but at Kiv defense, it may be low cap, but they play with a high intensity, stopping that Chritobin rushing attack.
It's cool seeing Chritobin use that Joe Mixon even in salary cap, seeing as that's the guy that broke the big, what was it, 80, 75-yard run for him in overtime against Drini to win him that Madden challenge.
Swing screen.
And you know, Joe Mixon followed him on Twitter after that, gave him a shout out. He said he even got to play a game with Joe Mixon online.
That's so cool. How about Shannon Sharp?
He didn't get in.
Went parallel to the line. And we'll have a key 3rd down after the first quarter comes to a close. It's 7-0. Kiv on top, but Chritobin, he's knocking on that door, looking to tie this ball game up. A reminder, the 2019 Madden Bowl is brought to you by New Era, the official cap of NFL Sidelines. 7-0. Slim lead for Kiv. But Chritobin has answered the call. He has driven all the way down the field. He just needs to punch it in from a yard out.
See what he got. He said scoring in the red zone is the #1 key to my game plan, G. It's the key to my success. I don't have enough defensive personnel to not be scoring touchdowns. See if he can punch it in right here. Looks focused.
Jackson under center.
Detroit!
Three tight ends. Look, he's got Randy Moss and Jerry Rice at tight end. Mixing the backfield, Sharp and fullback. They're going to give it to Sharp. And Shannon Sharp, he said, give me the ball. I'll lower my shoulder and get you 6, Chritobin. Let's get you another belt.
There's my guy, Christian Lomenzo, a.k.a. Chritobin, 21 years old, full-time student at Florida Polytechnic University, studying science and technology management. In his junior year, has a lot going on, but with all that going on, still finds time to be one of the best Madden players in the world, and he just tied the ball game up against the Kiva. Got ourselves a good one here, Nick.
Talking about Lil Man earlier. He's getting pumped in the players' lounge. He's been one of the most active players.
He's old school, man. Little man comes from the old school, Nick, I'm telling you.
Johnson. Make a tough catch in traffic. Look at Lil Man. A ball of energy. He's showing off the dance moves. Looking like Spoto at the end of the Skimbo game. We got Lil Man with us. Lil Man, where'd you get those moves from?
I've been dancing a little bit.
Dancing with the Stars next up for Lil Man. Lil Man, you said at the Classic, you're looking for that belt. You've been around for a while. How confident are you going into Group D?
I'm pretty confident in myself. I understand each of my opponents, what they want to do on offense and defense. I just got to be able to execute it on myself and hopefully come out with the W.
Little man, it's RG. We all know that you're constantly practicing with some of the best players in the world. Can you give us a shout out on some of the guys who helped you prepare for this tournament?
Joke for most. He's helped me a lot during the years, especially for this tournament. Tony, Drag, all Sanford and all them.
Bunch of goons.
all the EMB, especially Ghost too. Like I'm basically a Ghost clone on offense, so hopefully I can play just like him.
Hey, if you can play just like him, he just secured his group, so if you can follow suit, you'll be in good shape, buddy.
Yeah, man, and Ghost, you can see him there. He's locked in. Lil Man, you've been sitting around this whole time. Your last group. Are you excited to finally get the controls in your hand and start playing?
Yeah, I can't wait to start playing. I've been waiting since yesterday. I kind of wish I was in the day one, but we'll see.
Little Man, real quick, just to give people a perspective, what was the first year you started playing competitive Madden? Let them know how long you've been around for.
Since Madden 06.
Woo! Madden 06, man. I remember seeing this young guy over at those Madden challenges. He stayed till the very end, and now he's made a really big name for himself. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Well, man, keep the energy up. Lil Man, good luck in Group D. You're going to see Lil Man. You're going to see Boogs. You're going to see Dreeny and Sub-Series coming up. Starting at 4 o'clock Eastern time. James Coe, Serious Mo will have the call. It's on 3rd and 22. Kiv can't find the answer, and now how about Chritobin, an opportunity for a momentum-changing play?
Yeah, and look at Kiv. He's just going to go for this on 4th and 22. I think both of these guys are aware that they've advanced out of this group, so the majority of the pressure is gone. I'm sure they both want to win this game, but when you know you're out of the group, it allows you to play a little bit looser, which is why you're likely seeing Kiv go for it here, 4th and 22.
Here he goes. Chritobin bringing the pressure. Chritobin gets the stop. Our challenge champion has come to play.
Telling you, Chritobin, he says he has a lot to prove, man. He said winning 2 belts in a row would be life-changing. It would also cement my name to show I can play both game modes and not just MUT draft. So he has a lot on his mind.
Look at Lamar. Look at the pocket presence. Steps up, picks up the first down.
The other thing I should mention, we talked about how we all come out here and we like to hoop, get some basketball in, Nick.
That guy.
Chritobin's probably the #1 pick going forward. When he gets out there, he's a hooper, man. He'll go up right hand, left hand. He's got a jump shot. He's playing defense. I mean, Chritobin, that's an athlete over there. He knows how to ball.
And most importantly, he's got a 99 stamina rating. He keeps going.
Yeah, he did keep going.
High pass. Oh, break for Kim. It's Wilson with the pick. Looking for the high pass. Couldn't connect. And young Kim gets the ball back with 2.5.
And those hitch routes, they're very successful. A lot of people like to throw them, but that's one of the risks with them. You throw it into traffic. We've seen it several times in this tournament. The ball gets tipped around and gets picked off.
Like a cell phone in the 90s, no connection there, and Kim with a chance to take the lead before the half. And how about Shannon Sharp spinning off tackles?
That's a frustrating interception. I mean, young Kim goes for it in his own territory on 4th and a million, doesn't get it. It's pretty much giving you some free points. And then your receiver, you get it into his hands, he drops the ball in traffic, and you turn it over right away. And don't take advantage of the good field position. It's not a good feeling.
And now Kim.
It's actually a terrible feeling.
Looks like he can take this down to the 2-minute warning. And he will. 7-7. We've got a barn burner, a hard-fought game between our defending Madden Bowl champion and our defending Madden Challenge champion. Group C living up to the hype. Vic. Sharp. Shaking off tacklers. Boy, I have yet to see Shannon Sharp in this game get taken down on the first attempt.
Sharp is a beast. He's on a lot of players' rosters. And it's not just his receiving ability. The main reason people like to get Shannon Sharp is they feel he's one of the best run-after-catch players in the game. He's able to truck, he's able to spin, he's a big body, he's got speed. So they love to get the ball to him underneath and let him pick up some of that rack. And we've even seen guys get him at halfback and fullback. So he's got some ball carrier skills as well. Plus, he can obviously go up and catch that rock like he's always been known to do.
3rd and 4 for Kim. Chritobin's defense looking for a stop under the 2-minute warning in the first half. Vic. Good coverage on the post route, but nobody home for Chad Johnson on the corner route. Kim's in business.
Blocked by young Kevin. I think that's why a lot of these guys like that Tampa Bay offensive playbook, because you get that scissors type play where you got your, one receiver running a post, then the other receiver running a corner route. You make the defense make a decision. It's very tough to spot. You get the corner from your slot, the post from your outside wide receiver, and it just really stresses the defense, forces the user defender to make a decision as well.
Key Williams with the carry, first carry of the game.
To stop plays like that, Nick, I'm always asking, real NFL coaches, how do all these guys like these deep corner routes, they like the post routes, what coverage are you stopping? And they tell me, it's not about the coverage, you got to get pressure. You can't give the quarterback time to sit back there and read the field like that time and time again. Oh!
Could have been disaster. We've already seen a couple overthrows get picked off going the other way.
Yeah, that would have been no good for Tiv. There's a 3rd and 9. This is big. If he doesn't get this here, Nick, he's going to settle for 3.
And Chritobin still has all 3 timeouts. So he's looking for his defense to come up with a play.
That's the playmaker. There it is. Chritobin goes with it. He's going to throw it away.
That D-line from Chritobin's getting pressure on Michael Vick, and they're doing a nice job of containing him and not letting him just run outside the pocket and pick up yards scrambling.
Yeah, I'm impressed by Chritobin so far. I mean, guys didn't know how he was going to perform it. Look at Kim, pretty much full power and good accuracy on that kick. But guys were counting out Chritobin. They didn't know how he was going to show up in salary cap. And so far, so good. He's doing more than just hold his own. He's a legitimate threat out here in this tournament, and he looks good in this mode so far.
Well, I heard people talk to Chritobin, and he actually said that, he's got his belt in draft champions, but he actually feels really comfortable in salary cap, and he's shown it today.
And you got to remember, this isn't his first salary cap experience. He was in the Final Four of the Titans Club Championship before he lost to none other than Some Serious by only 3 points. So he does have a little bit of experience in salary cap live events.
Down goes Jackson as Von Miller in on the play.
It's funny, when he told me about losing to Some Serious, I said, did you know back then how tough that guy was? He said, man, I knew he was tough, but I had no idea he would be making the run that he made.
A reminder, you can see Some Serious. He's in Group D along with Dreeny, Lowman, and Boogs coming up.
And he's
this.
Sorry, Nick, I didn't interrupt you, but he's a real treat. I know we get a lot of feedback, and I've said this before. A lot of people in this group running the nickel 3-3-5 and the bunch defense, and for some people, they like to see different things. Well, that's what you're going to get with Some Serious. You're going to see a nice gun spread offense, a little of that 5-2 defense, and a more unique game plan. And it's really exciting to watch, and I can't wait to see him out there.
I think we saw Skimbo running some of that 5-2 yesterday.
And your defense is tough when you got Skimbo in your game room taking your plays.
Lamar, he can pick up the first down if he runs for it. He's going to throw for it. I think he was past the line of scrimmage. It's going to be picked off. A disastrous play for Chritobin. As we've reached halftime, Kiv, a slim lead, 10-7. Let's take a look at these highlights. RJ, this really was a back-and-forth first half, starting out with a young Kiv, finding Chad Johnson.
Yeah, nice post route over the middle. We've seen that post route be very successful in that red zone out of the bunch from the slot receiver.
Shannon Sharp, big tight end, finding the end zone. And we had an opportunity. This is the only other score we had. It was a field goal from Kiv after it looked like Chritobin might go on top. Kiv gets a defensive stop. He'll take the lead into halftime, 10-7. We have another game going on. If you're watching Squads, you've been keeping an eye on Ghost and Blocky. For more on that game, let's throw it over to Rico Williams. What's going on, Rico?
We have Ghost and Blocky here in the Players Lounge. And Ghost, 2-0, started out early, finding that touchdown in the corner. As you can see, he's sitting back, looking pretty. But Blocky trying to finally get his first victory, and it all starts with Moss in the end zone. A man of few words, but many plays. He went ahead and went right back up top to Moss again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Right before the half, Ghost was able to find the end zone with just a few ticks remaining on the clock to tie it up 14-14 heading to the third. Fellas, back to you.
Great game over there. Reminder, hit that Squads button. You can watch both these games at once. We got a 3-point game here with Kiv and Chritobin heading into the second half. Tie ball game over there. Ghost and Blocky. You knew that one was going to be great. 2 turnovers for Chritobin. The last one, sort of a half turnover. It was before the half, but his 1 turnover, that's the difference. It's 10-7, but Chritobin getting the ball, looking to set the tone.
That gets the ball, gets to set the tone, right? Looking at my notes, one thing that Chritobin said to me that I think is a really cool little tidbit is he said after he won the Madden Challenge, his father was at home watching the tournament, and now his dad's all in. He says, his dad's constantly talking to him about, hey, what's your game plan doing? Do you think we could try this in this situation? Maybe you want to try that. And to me, Nick, that's the beautiful thing about Madden football and esports is football is a game that even the older generation, someone like Chritobin's dad, can relate to and understand what's going on and get involved with and be excited about getting involved with. So I thought that was a really cool story and just another reason why I think competitive Madden's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because it just reaches so many different demographics and it's something so many different people can understand.
Lamar. Chuck it away. I love hearing stories like that. I laugh. After I did the club championships here, my dad, who had never watched or played many video games in his life, started sending me every esports article he could find. He's like, this esports thing's getting pretty big. You're getting involved with something that's kind of nice.
And you know what it is too, Nick? I mean, we grew up with parents that didn't grow up playing video games, so, we got a hard time about it as we were coming up as kids. This new generation of younger players, they're going to be coming up with parents that were used to playing video games growing up. So it's just going to be something that's more accepted for this newer generation. And that's another reason why I fully expect competitive gaming and esports and all of that stuff to continue to grow. It's really an amazing thing to be a part of.
Corner at left side. What a throw to Julio Jones. Chritobin to the 25-yard line.
Yes, locked in, moving the ball on the Kemba. And the other thing that was cool about these events that Chritobin said, he said at the last event, he had so many friends that he had just, played games with online, but he had never met them. Guys like, Pavin and Crush and Beast Mode. And he said, once I made this event, I got to meet these guys and actually hang out with these friends. And, that's the type of stuff that even makes these events even more phenomenal. I thought that was good stuff.
This community is absolutely unbelievable. 10-7. Kiv on top. Third quarter. Nick Mazesco, RG hanging out with you. Corner route. Almost caught. Couldn't bring it down on the high pass. Now a big 3rd and 5 for our challenge champions.
Yep. And third downs get bigger when you know it's not 4-down territory. If Kiv's able to hold him here, he's going to have to settle for the 3 to tie the ball game. So it makes this play a little bit bigger than normal as if when he was in 2-down territory.
What a great read.
Be careful with all that spinning.
Spinning and winning. First and goal for Chritobin.
It's a nice jersey, too. Look at that.
About to see Daniel Jones in that jersey. New York Giants fans all just groaned with the pick by Dave Gettleman.
They weren't happy about that, huh?
Well, some boards had Daniel Jones their 4th best quarterback on the board. Goes at number 6.
My Patriots took a receiver. I'm excited to see how that goes.
N'Keal Harry.
He's supposed to be pretty good. They say he's got a good work ethic, shows up to meetings, studies film, and
I just
good
got
attitude.
word, by the way, that Daniel Jones lost his final home game of his career 59-7 to the football powerhouse Wake Forest.
Oh, gee.
He is now the 6th overall pick to the New York Giants. I said Patriots got to steal. N'Keal Harry out of Arizona State. I got to watch him a couple times. He is an athlete.
That's what I want to hear, Nick.
Tom Brady's going to have fun throwing to him. He's a deep threat with size. He's big.
One day I was in a room, we're doing a fantasy draft, and I said, gee, what does Tom Brady mean to you? I said everything.
Detroit!
How must it feel, by the way, to get drafted here? By the way, Tom Brady's going to be throwing you the football. That's got to be as good of a gig as you can get.
Yeah, I'll be feeling good. And you're going to contend for a Super Bowl off rip. That's Sony Michel. He knows something about that.
Detroit!
There we go. Chritobin, another big 3rd down here, though, Nick.
Huge 3rd down. Chritobin wants 6. Down by 3, but no, he can't turn the ball over. 3-man rush from Kiv. Looks right up the seam. It's picked up. He can't turn the ball over, and Kiv goes, yes, you can. I'll take it the other way.
Oh, that's good defense right there. He goes to playmaker. I believe Kiv runs his defender over there, gets in position.
Hey, let's go!
The 3rd turnover day. Let's take a look at this Snickers replay. Looking for the running back up the middle, and it's intercepted. Going the other way for young Kiv. A reminder, you're off your game when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers, and Chritobin eat a couple Snickers after turning the ball inside the red zone.
Oh, talk about it right after this penalty, illegal forward pass. I tried it. They gave me the little Snickers minis, and I'm playing a game at the office. And I turned the ball over. I wasn't feeling too good about it. I popped one of those little mini Snickers. Forced the turnover immediately, right away. It worked. It was phenomenal.
Snickers gives you the power. There's a fun fact for our stat czar, Donnie Moore. Chritobin has 8 turnovers already this tournament. He turned over 5 times against Ghost. He's turned over 3 times here against young Kiv.
Hey, let's go! Eagle. On.
3rd and 1.
On.
Young Kiv on offense. Hit. Well, hitch route. Why not? Find him again. That's the Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice, for a 1st down.
Wait. Eagle.
Yeah, Kiv, if he could just kind of slowly but methodically move this ball down the field, milk some clock, Get yourself a touchdown, make it 2 possessions. You'll be in great shape. Walk out of here with the W.
12 of 19, 155 yards and a touchdown. Not quite as surgical, I'm sure, as young Kiv would like, but it's the third quarter. He's got a 3-point lead in the ball.
Nonetheless, if I'm Kiv, I'm letting this clock wind down. That way, if I complete this pass, see, there it goes. He would have been able to just take it to the 4th quarter. But now he's going to have to run another play.
And it's a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, you don't want to get too conservative, but you know, why not let the game get to the 4th quarter?
Hey, let's go.
10-7 the score, the final game of Group C, but don't go anywhere. James Coe and Sirius Mo will take you through Group D. Quarterback sneak for Vic. It's going to be Dreeny, some Sirius, Boogs, and Little Man.
Put your 4s up.
The Mo and Co connection. As we'll hit the end of the 3rd quarter. 4's up in the chat. Got 1 quarter of play left here in Group C. Kiv up 10-7. Guys, you can pre-order Madden 20 Ultimate Superstar Edition today. It gives you a 3-day early access, and it's packed to the brim with tons of additional value, including one of our favorite ads, a Madden Championship Series pack. Patty Mahomes looking good on the cover. RG, I don't know about you, but I am stoked for Madden 20.
It's going to be a fun game, Nick. I'm itching to get. I'm enjoying the Madden Bowl, but I'm kind of itching to get back to the office.
Hey, let's go.
Get back on the sticks. I'm having a lot of fun developing that beauty.
5 minutes left in this ball game. Vic.
And real quick, Nick, I don't do this enough. Let me give a huge shout out to my development team back there. They're in grind mode right now. They're working long hours, putting in a lot of hard work, a lot of talented people. Much love, guys. Keep crushing it out there. We love what you do.
Shout out to all the guys working hard on this game that we love to watch. Love to see these professional players master. Love to play ourselves. Madden 20 just around the corner.
And they watch. I mean, they're back. When I get back to the office, you know, they're watching. They're asking me about certain strategies. They got their favorite players. They get into it over there at the office in Tiburon.
Kim can really put the screws on Chritobin with a nice drive here as he'll find Randy Moss. I love that spin move. Too many times I see novice players only spinning back inside. You can spin back outside and really mess some people up.
Yeah, just whatever you got to do to get yourself some space, give yourself more room to work in the open field. And that spin will often get you away from someone right after the catch. It's a great way to kind of quickly change direction without having to secure the catch, stop, and then use the left stick to do it.
1st and 10. Vic. They're going to air it out again. That scissors concept, well guarded. But he's got a man, that's Jerry Rice. Well, once again, using that playmaker ability.
Yeah, and you know what? When guys have defenses like they do, you're not going to be able to get the pressure. You're not going to have coverage. And it's going to allow players like Mike Vick to run around, get outside the pocket, buy time, playmaker around. And you know what? That's kind of by as design, Nick. You don't want to give him too much cap because you have to make decisions. We don't want to let you get all the best offensive players and then be able to get all the best defensive players and all the abilities. That's why I like guys like some Sirius who are like, you know what? I don't really want any abilities. I'm just going to spread my cap around, have a more balanced approach. And just because some of these guys load up on offense, that doesn't mean that's how everybody has to play. And I like seeing some of that different variety.
How about this? Kiv has grinded the clock down, nearing the 2.5-minute mark. If he punches in the end zone, this ballgame could be over.
Imagine if he had started milking that clock at the end of the 3rd quarter like we had talked about. Again, I mean, he's going to have to run another play. Could have pretty much took that to the 2-minute warning.
And those are the little things that, I don't know, sometimes it may not seem like a big deal, but in a game where the game is shortened and it's a game of inches, those seconds are crucial.
Absolutely. You know how many seconds you leave on the board if you don't pay attention to that stuff, man? And when you talk to these players, what's your biggest tip at home for the casual viewer? It's learn to get stingy with the clock. That takes your game to a whole nother level. You didn't need to spin right there.
He needs to stay outside. He's in the end zone. Instead of the 2-minute warning, 3rd and goal. Chritobin needing to stop to stay in this ball game. And this battle, seeding. Winner of this game gets the 2 seed. And both these guys, you'll see them later tonight in the wild card round, 7 o'clock Eastern time, after the completion of Group D. We've seen this pass play a couple times. Pick. He had him.
That's another one of those situations, Nick. I don't think he needed to throw a high ball pass. He's just so used to it that he threw it, got the inaccurate pass, but had he just, took his time, read the defense, saw how open that player was, he could have just pressed the X button and short inaccurate pass and would have had a touchdown.
So we talk about this, RG, as the kick is up and good. Talk about not milking the clock earlier. Talk about using the high pass there. Now all of a sudden, Chritobin gets the ball back, down 6, all 3 timeouts, and an opportunity to win what could be a confidence-boosting game going into the wild card round.
Yeah, for sure. He's given Chritobin way more life than he should have here in this game. And I think you're right, Nick. A part of it is there's just not as much of a sense of urgency for Kiv.
Big reminder, Group D coming up next. Boogs, Drini, Lil Man, and some serious. And we got Drini with us back in the Players Lounge. Drini, I know you've been itching just to get on the controllers. How has this wait been, waiting almost 2 full days to play a game?
I mean, like Lil Man said, I wish I really played in day one, Watching all these guys play has kind of gave me more and more nervous, but, I feel like I'm going to still fight through and make it out my group.
Drini, what was your preparation like going into this? Who were you labbing with? How many hours a day? Just talk to us a little bit about this preparation for your game.
We got a fumble.
Actually, although Ghost was on my side, I still played with him a little bit. I played Rage. I played, I played those 2 mainly, so, besides them, nobody really.
How you guys at Complexity Gaming treating you over there? I see that nice hoodie you got on.
Oh, they're the best esports team in the nation. That's all I'm saying.
Drini, you're coming off a tough loss in the finals of the Madden Challenge. Does that give you any added motivation here at the Bowl?
The Madden Challenge finals loss and, the previous Madden Bowl loss, definitely adding fire to the field. So, I'm hopefully, I can get back to the finals one more time and, try to win this time.
Well, good luck, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have fun. Group D coming up just after the completion of this game. In the middle of that Drini interview, a user strip in the middle of the field, the 4th turnover of the game for Chritobin, and Kiv can put it away.
Yeah, that debacled me. I'm in mid-question, and
I'm yelling at you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, talk about
timing. Once again, that's been maybe Kiv's best route here in this game. A little flat route to Shannon Sharp. It's really gotten him some key yardage.
It's going to be a nice win for Kiv, but at the end of the day, they're both just relieved that, they're getting out of this group. They're going to have to play a game of single elimination to try to punch their ticket into that final 8. And that's going to be a real treat later on. You're going to get to see both of these players play a game where their Madden seasons are going to be on the line, and that's going to be later on today, and that's where the action is really going to be at.
Ricky Williams right up the middle. How about Ricky Williams? He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He led the NFL in rushing in 2002, and he was the Celebrity Big Brother runner-up. He is a jack of all trades.
I actually watched that Celebrity Big Brother season.
Good show?
It's a pretty decent show.
As the knee is down, the handshakes are completed. Kiv will finish 2-1, Chritobin 1-2, but both these guys you'll see in the wild card round later today as our final. What was a very